Catfishing, Paul. This is a big topic. I love this one, right? So, have you ever been caught out online?
No, I haven't. And do you know what? This has passed me by because I'm an old guy. So I've never done.
It's not in your generation.
No. I existed pre-internet, and I'm proud to say it.
Yeah, pre-dating sites.
Predating sites. Yeah, I have never been caught out, but I do know people that have been caught out on it, and I've been surprised by it. So I think, people are vulnerable, aren't they, emotionally?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're going online, right, or even if you're going into a pub and you're looking for love, do you know what I mean?
You're not looking for a drink when you go to a pub.
Well, that depends.
You fall in love with your pint.
Maybe you small few drinks to give you a bit of Dutch courage,
Yeah.
But I do think that
What do
people
Dutch
who are
people
looking
drink?
for love, I'll have to ask my husband that.
Right.
I don't know, he's kind of got a bit of Dutch in him there. So. Or ask my father-in-law, he's fully Dutch.
Right.
I don't know what he is. But anyway, I do think people are a little bit vulnerable looking for love. And I suppose historically we look back and we think, oh yeah, the women are always the ones looking for love. But I think it's very different nowadays. I think women are a lot stronger. Like years ago, we needed men. Do you know what I mean? We needed
you still do?
No, we don't need you anymore, Paul. This is the whole dynamic has shifted.
I don't know.
I watched loads of programmes, so Paul, Jesus Christ, brilliant programmes like Catfished. These two investigative journalists, they find out if you're being catfished or not,
Right. So, I was surprised to know that the two Johnnies.
Yeah.
That one of them was caught out in there. And so it's kind of it's everywhere. It's men being caught out now.
Yeah,
and
he
that
was talking to
surprised
this
me.
woman for ages.
Yeah.
And then, she used to just let him down at the last minute, they'd be due to meet up, and then she wouldn't just show up, So it happened to a friend of mine as well, who would be an intelligent woman, she's not by any means gullible or vulnerable in any way. And, she met somebody on Tinder and she was talking to him for ages, and they were getting on brilliant. They talked on the phones, the whole lot of thing. But every time, she suggested a video call or a meet-up, he'd let her down at the last minute or say you'd no internet connection.
And did she give him money?
No, she didn't do any of that.
Okay, because I thought, is that not a fundamental part of it, that they're trying to scam you for money? Because not
always.
My friend who got caught out, this guy was in the American military, and he was in Iraq, and he was a surgeon, and he was a field surgeon, and there was text over and back. I don't know exactly how she met him or whether he just started out, but she got kind of emotionally involved.
Okay.
And then he was saying that he'd love to come and meet her, and when he's off duty, when he gets his holidays or whatever you call it, the military term for that, that he'd love to come to Ireland. And she was, that'd be fantastic. And then he kind of go, well, my paycheck is not in until the end of the month, and then I'll probably have to go back to the States. And he said, but if you bought me a ticket, he said I could fly directly from Iraq to Ireland. And she goes, oh yeah. And he goes, that'd be fantastic, be brilliant. And then he says, then actually, you send me the money and I'll book it from here, because you won't have to. I'll have to get connecting flights and everything. Yeah. I'll do all that. And she goes, that's fantastic. And then he goes, well, if I'm coming from here, then I need clothes, because I've only got my military gear here. I'll have to buy something. She had no problem send on money for that, and I'll probably have to stay in a hotel near the airport before I fly out, and then I'll need a bit of money for it. And she had no problem. She ended up giving him lots of money.
Ah, God.
And then he disappeared.
Asshole. Imagine. God love her. Yeah, I know that does happen. I mean, there was a thing there on social media about Brad Pitt wasn't there was an AI sort of thing about Brad Pitt in a hospital bed, and this woman thought she was talking to Brad Pitt and ended up giving him over $1 million, this guy.
Why?
Now, she did get the money back.
Did she get the money back?
She got the money back.
How?
Yeah. Well, the cops got onto it, and they happened to find
because what you think your intelligent mind would go, hold on, Brad Pitt's got millions and millions and millions. Why would he be looking for money off somebody else? So we just kind of go, I suppose maybe he was getting divorced that time. And maybe his money was tied up.
I mean, in that time, then it was all over social media that he had an issue with alcoholism, and there's a lot of things going on. So, I mean, somebody who knew what was currently going on for him.
Yeah.
You could be sucked in if you were vulnerable in that moment. You know what I mean? Yourself. And I'm not saying, you know, nobody can be caught out. I mean, of course you can. Like, everybody can be caught out in some way, you know.
Yeah, but sometimes the story is so far-fetched. Like if somebody says, for example, I'm in the military, I'm a surgeon, I'm also, I scuba dive, I jump out of planes, I've climbed Mount Everest, and I love dogs. You know, it's kind of like to throw too much in together, like for it to be believable.
Yeah. Like I've often had friend requests from so-called military men.
Really?
Yeah. Like it comes up on your Facebook, suggests this person wants to friend you, or they'll comment on one of your posts about how beautiful you look and this kind of shit.
Right.
So I think, like, to me, like, that's bullshit. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, delete, block. You know, like straight away you can see what's happening there. Do you know?
Right. So I'd if somebody comes on to me on Facebook and says, you know, I agree with you, there's been no good music made since Catchy Cuckoo, Too Shy Shy in 1987, and I love that picture of you with a mullet. Back in the day, I should be. That's red flags.
I no, not essentially. Like, I mean, I would say maybe like if they're saying to you, Jesus, Paul, you have beautiful eyes. They're just so loving and caring and kind, and I can see what a wonderful man you are.
Yes.
Just looking at your eyes.
Was that you on Facebook? No, that wasn't you.
That was me.
Yeah.
I was like, get in there to see if can we catfish Paul.
Yeah.
But like the general concept, I suppose, is that they have a fake profile. It's not really that person.
Yeah.
The photos that they're using don't belong to them. They're not their original photos.
Yeah.
They belong to somebody else who's way more good looking in some way or other. And I think that the people who are actually doing the catfishing are more vulnerable than the people that are caught, because when you think about it, like everything we see today is about how well you look. And even on the way in today, I was saying like, I would not leave the house with no makeup on, you know. And I have two daughters at home that don't wear makeup, like, for majority of the time. They don't bother with it.
Yeah.
And they'll be saying to me, oh, Mammy, you're lovely with no makeup. You don't need it. But I genuinely think I look sick if I don't have it on me. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I was like, apology for the, jump scare this morning, lads.
Right. So is there a video of you with no makeup on then?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah. We're going to publish that this morning. When I was in my room this morning putting on my makeup, I was talking about you, Paul.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was saying how lucky you are that you don't have to go through any of these things.
I might start wearing makeup
just
to
get
see.
up and, throw a few clothes on you.
I don't, because it's different for men. I just crawl out of bed and coffee and into the car and I'm gone.
And you're gone, yeah. You just go to work.
Much easier. But you see, that women have kind of hemmed themselves in, boxed themselves into a corner because of this need to be looking pristine all the time.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of pressure, isn't there? Like, and a lot of women get Botox and that kind of thing. I remember getting it done once, and I was desperate. I couldn't wait for it to wear off. Like, it looked good if I was getting a photograph taken or something like that.
But you couldn't move your face?
I couldn't move my face. And
really?
Then I thought I looked so disingenuous in front of my clients.
Oh, yeah.
They were telling me terrible things and I couldn't frown.
You were there like poker face?
I was poker face. The exact type of therapist I can't stand. Like, this fucking poker, nothing affects me. I'm so calm and serene and bullshit. Like, fucking, you're not a robot, you know?
But do you think, I have this theory, and I'm going to get hounded for this, but I'm going to say that anyways.
God.
That women try to
real thing, Paul.
Women try to look beautiful for other women. It's not necessarily for men, assuming that they're heterosexual relationships.
Yeah.
That it's the peer pressure from other women. Like my sister told me.
Yeah, I guess
My sister laid back a bit like me. Weekend, she lives out in the country. She mightn't bother with makeup, just mucking around the garden, blah blah blah. But she nipped into town one day, and just in her ordinary clothes, and she met a friend of hers who took her aside and said, "Do not show up in town like this. Like, look at the state of you. You go home and put on your face and your makeup and give out to her."
No way.
For not looking at
herself well.
My sister really didn't give a crap. Like, I'm just popping into town to get something and I'm going home again, back up to the garden with the cats and the animals.
Yeah, Jesus.
And things.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny, like, my sisters don't really wear that much makeup either. They wear a small bit. But then I don't think I plaster myself either. But I definitely wear more makeup than they do anyway. Yeah. Definitely, always have, kind of.
Yeah.
A little bit of eye makeup, definitely.
But you see, isn't it nice then when somebody tells you that you look well? You see, the little bit of flattery.
It's lovely.
Connects to your vulnerability. We have this need to be liked, and this is what the catfishing does. It kind of gets in. I wonder where did that name come from? Catfishing.
I don't know.
Tell me. Like, I mean, catfish. Who did they date? Did they date trout?
I don't think that's how it works.
Maybe they might be caught by a mink or something. I don't know.
Jeez.
Let us know. I don't know. I'd love to know where catfishing comes from.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, I don't know. I suppose catfish are not the most beautiful looking things, are they?
Well, with a bit of makeup, you wouldn't know.
Well, I don't know now.
We're the Happy Headers. Like us, subscribe to us, and we'll talk to you soon.